Today we're going to be discussing race with business and ethnicity that a person may be trying to use to promote their business. Now, I seen a post while I was scrolling through Facebook, and it said that there's a black-owned RV campsite rental place. Now, immediately in my mind, as soon as I see anybody say their race involved with what they have going on, first thing I think, now this is just my opinion, is that they're a racist. That's my first thing to think, because anytime anybody dibbles and dabbles in race, that means that they're pitting race against race somehow. I mean, think about this. If you're just a human being and you open up a business for other human beings to come and shop or do whatever it is that they're doing, that's what you're inviting in, as other human beings. As soon as you slap a race on there, if I opened up a business, and heaven forbid I ever did this, because I don't think it's going to go over very well, because society is so hypocritical. What if I open a business that says white-owned business, Caucasian-owned business? Think about that. Really think about that. Now, what about if I put, oh boy, here we go. What if I put German, Native American, Indian, Sicilian, what am I missing here? German owned business, like all my ethnicities, all the things that are mixed up in me cultural wise. If I put that on there and said that I'm all of this and this is my listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, the shit pisses me off when I see it, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to shop somewhere, even if it said white business owned. I'm not going, because you're dealing in race then. Stop dealing in race. It does not help out in any way. So let's take, for instance, this campground or RV rental, whatever it may be. I love camping. I love going out camping. Now, there's a such thing as culture in society. And some cultures I don't care to be around, okay? I don't like screaming, yelling, loud, drama, poor grammar. There's things I don't like about certain cultures. Now, that don't mean they're a bad culture. That don't mean anything other than my preference. My preference. Now, being that I am so skilled with people and conversing, I can change my dialogue. I can change the way I talk to suit others. I don't have an issue with that. But as soon as you start dealing in race as for your business platform, what do you expect to do here? You're not. Furthermore, look at the demographic of America. America is predominantly Caucasian. The people that are buying things of value and not just quick items, not everyday food, like buying things, right? So if the majority of society in America is Caucasian, then the majority of people buying things are Caucasian. So now you're just saying, you know what, I'm going to cut this right in half right now, because you're still going to get some Caucasians coming, but you just drastically cut your business down. Like, this is one of the most backwards business moves I can think of. Like, who in their right mind goes, hey, honey, let's go out to eat. Well, you better find a white-owned business or I'm not eating there. Are there black people that do that? Tell me, chat. If you're, which, once again, remember, Cup of Joe with Poe. We are human beings first and foremost. We don't see race here, because only racists deal in race. And we don't deal in race here. We're all human beings. Sure, there's culture, and sure, we have pigment to our skin for some sort of being able to see and know a person from another person. If I have to describe somebody, he was a 6'1" Caucasian with a beard. There's my description. I need to be able to put the color to the skin for a visual aid to help someone distinguish another person from each other. Nothing wrong with that. But as soon as you start dealing in, well, my business is black owned, so all I deal with is black people because I'm black empowerment. No, you're a racist and you're moving backwards. You're not moving forward. If you were moving forward, you would say, no, there is no race. We're all human beings. Come shop with me because I have these items for everyone. Now, there is the exception of niche businesses. Now, let's say I deal in fake hair, and products that are geared toward the African American community. Even then, I don't need to put on my business black owned. Do you think that women are going to buy hair in there and they're like, I'm not going in there to buy hair if a black person don't own this business? Who's shopping off a race anyways? Who's doing that? Racist. Literally. Once you start dealing in race, you're a racist. Now listen to this shit. I was a racist for a long time. Not the I hate blacks or I hate Mexicans. No, I used to deal in race. I used to talk about race and from a poor white man's perspective. You ever heard this? Ain't no place for a white man no more. You know, I've heard plenty of people say that. I've been in institutions and jails. I've been around different community of people from upscale to downscale. I know business owners. I know millionaires. People that are successful in their life do not deal in race unless that's how they're making their money, is through race. Do you see this? Do you not comprehend this? Now, a campground. I want to go camping to have fun and relax and maybe go fishing. When I hear that it's a predominantly black-owned, it's a black-owned business and campground RV place. So in my mind, I'm thinking if I go there, there's not going to be any other Caucasians there. I'm not going to fit in somehow because they're promoting race here. So now they're keeping me from wanting to go to that establishment because in my mind, I'm thinking if they're dealing in race like that, other people are going there just for that purpose. They're not going to want, they don't want me there. They don't want me there. They don't want Mexicans there. They don't want nobody there except for black because it says I'm a black business owner and this is a black business. Why? Why can't you just be a human? Why do you got to deal in your fucking race? There's no reason for anyone to deal in race anymore. None. The top earners in America aren't even Caucasian. The three top groups of earners in America are not Caucasian. You hear me? They're Asian, they're Indian, and they're African American. So the top earners by demographic, by how many people there are versus how much wealth is coming in, there's your top earners. Look at the NBA, for instance. There's not a shit ton of white dudes playing in the NBA, and I don't see nobody complaining or saying, hey, we need more white people in the NBA. This whole, when you deal with words like equity and inclusion and all these garbage ass, trash ass, keep society down lingo, redicate words, these are all propaganda words. They're here to cloud your mind, to make you think there is racism in America. There's not. And the racism I see is blacks toward whites. I don't know very many white racists anymore. Honestly, I used to know a bunch of them. They're either dead or they changed their ideologies, literally. And I lived in the South. I lived in the deep South. I'm talking about rebel flags flying everywhere. And even then, there wasn't no racism. There was black and white. I know black people in Georgia with fucking Confederate flag tattoos. Because it's just a flag. See, weak-minded people that are, their brain, I love using the Hodge twins. If you don't watch them, please, man, go watch these dudes. They put people on blast all the time for race because they see society the same way, that we're just human beings. That's it. Quit dealing in race already. You're not bringing nobody to your business because you're black owned or Mexican owned or white owned. You can't even pull that. I can't go and get a business and put on there that this is a white owned business. How hypocritical. What kind of hypocrite shit is that? Tell me that's not some hypocrite shit. Well, let's not deal in the past. Well, these people were treated like this. Well, what about the cavemen? What about after the cavemen? What about the Irish white slaves? What about the barber trade in Africa where they dealt in nothing but white women that they used to kidnap and enslave? You don't hear people talking about this shit. Why? Because they can't get a rouse out of it. They can't get people. See, I hate doing this, but this is the truth, and these are the facts, okay? Deal with tangible, real evidence. Like I always tell you guys, 2 plus 2 is 4. It can never be anything else. No matter how hard they try, it can't. So once they deal in race, they're racist because they're dealing in an ideology that segregates people. They're segregating themselves on purpose. Now in prison, they force people to live with each other that don't want to. Blacks and whites in prison. Now, me in prison, I am more around a like-minded people, nothing to do with race. Like my friends in prison were, hell, I was friends with, one of my best friends was a leader of the Bloods in prison. I'm obviously 6-point stars tattooed all over me, don't wear a lick of red, and I'm pretty much the ops. But me and him had something in common. And mind you, he was black because he's a black leader of his own domain, okay? In prison, the Bloods are really, let me really think hard. I don't remember any white treetop Bloods or certain groups. Now, there was vice lords that fall under that. Now, I'm straying way off topic here, but yet it's still relevant to the topic. So me and him would sit and talk about how the compound would operate and things like that, and about the race factors and how me and him didn't see color. We knew immediately, like, hey, we're both just human beings here. Highly intelligent man, highly intelligent young man. One of my brother's ex, he is I don't know anymore, the leader of the Nation of Islam in prison. Really racist group. Don't like whites. Don't want whites involved in it. Very militant too. Very militant. You do not play with these men because now you're playing with a religion. And when you play with religions, you already see what's going on. So me and him, really tight, close, used to go do things together because once again, we didn't see race the way others did. They use you guys as pawns. You're not going to get anywhere if you take your family. If I took my family, all white family, and I got on camera and I said, hey, this is a white-owned business. Do you know the backlash that would come from that? Do you know how angry people would be about that? And they would have no just cause because it's okay for any other race to do that, correct? No, it's still race baiting. It's still saying, hey, I'm dealing in race here. I deal in race in my ideology. That's what it really bears down to, guys, is core beliefs and core ideologies. You usually get it from your mother, father, or whoever it is that you were around the most, that you blended your ideologies with them or even picked up. Because when you're young, you're learning. Your mind's a sponge. So what you see is what you take in. So if I grew up, let's say I grew up black. Okay, and in my household was a lot of black empowerment, BET playing all the time, negative toward other cultures, negative toward whites, feeling, victimized or whatever it may be, right? Then when I get older, that's going to be ingrained in me somehow. Like I'm going to look at society differently than what it truly is. Take the veil down. Take the false ideologies that are promoting race, do away with them. Ball it up and throw it in the garbage and just become a human. Just a human. That's it. Just be a human. Try it for one day at least. I implore you, please. Please. For one day, just be a human being. No race. No color. Okay? You're still a man or a woman. And there's no way around that no matter what you do. Okay? But you don't have to claim a race. You don't have to say, well, I'm white, or I'm black, or I'm Mexican, or I'm Latino, or whatever it may be. I'm Asian. How about I'm just a human being? I'm not dealing in race. Once again, if somebody's really culturally interested in something that you have going on, that you're dealing in culture now, culture's different than race. There are, for instance, if you go to Spain, there's a bunch of white people in Spain that speak Spanish. Okay, if you go to Africa, there's a bunch of white people in Africa that speak whatever dialect and that other kind of English too over there. France, there's black Frenchmen. These other countries and the way they operate, they are just now starting to feel the brunt of this dealing with race, because America's so fucked up and twisted. There's businesses, there's organizations, there are people trying to keep race going, trying to keep that pot stirred, right? You have racists on both sides that say don't mix your races because then now you're watering down your original race. Listen, dummies, 95% of our history is missing. Do you understand that? 5% of the human race, history-wise, is all we know. So to dibble and dabble in race, when in reality, we're all going to be gone anyways. This whole earth is going to recreate itself. You think that dinosaurs dealt in race? I know it sounds stupid. You think cavemen dealt in race? And what is race? I'll give you a super quick breakdown. And this is science. This is real and this is tangible. The closer you are to the equator for hundreds of thousands of years, the darker your skin is, the more tight your hair is, the wider your nose is to cool the air down, muscle structure set up for running and hunting on flat plains. Now, the further you go north, the lighter the pigment, the more narrow the nose to heat the air as it comes in, and the longer the hair to keep you warm. Muscle structure set up differently, as in to climb and go in and out of certain precarious areas that would be harder for a more lanky person or more... I don't really even know if that's 100% on there. But when you look at the structure of ancient people, you'll see that depending on their climate and where they were at, there's a difference in their structure from being taller to shorter, things of that nature. This is nature. That's all it truly is. We're just animals here, guys. We're just animals. Do you think animals do that? Do you think that if there's a all white cat and an all black cat, that the black cat's like, I'm a black cat. Wow. Well, I'm a white cat. Meow. No. No, only us stupid-ass humans deal in race anymore. And then once again, it's only there as some sort of tactic. If you are using race for a business platform, your business is doomed to fail because you're only going to get that percentage and people are going to get sick of it. We're all sick of race baiting as it is now anyways. Put down that you're anything owned race business, then you're segregating yourself from so many more customers. If you just want to be a racist, just come out and say it. Just come out and say, I don't like white people and I don't want white people at my campground. This is an all black campground. Why not just do that? Why not just be honest instead of lying and using some sort of... I bet there's a tax break or a loophole here set up for this. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Tell me how preposterous that would be. That if somebody walked into a place and said, hey, I'm black, so I need this business loan and break somehow because of my ethnicity, and then get it. That would be in... What do you mean they're doing that already? What? Well, luckily we're at a point in history where these fringe groups that are infiltrating society from your LGBTQ plus divided by minus symbol cult that they have, between that and the race baiters that are like, I'm a black owned business, so come shop with me, black people. Well, if you're in America, America's predominantly Caucasian, so you just cut 3/4 of your business right in half right there. You think your business is going to succeed? And then furthermore, if you're marketing a certain demographic, what are you even selling that's so special? Hair products? This campground thing really kind of got to me because when I see a post that says, black-owned RV and campground site to open soon, blah, 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 all this stuff about race. I obviously don't think I should go camp there because they're catering toward one race. They're race baiting. So if I show up there and now I feel unwelcomed and out of place, like They could even say, don't you see that it says it's black owned? Well, what does that mean? That means that you should be black to come here and shop. That's who I'm marketing. I'm marketing black people because I'm black. So let me open my business, all white owned business. And all I deal in is mayonnaise and all I deal in is, let me think of some like stereotypical white shit. Wow. That's crazy. I don't really have, without it sounding too crazy, I can't even go too in depth on that, but imagine if somebody opened up a white-owned business. Can you imagine a backlash? But these hypocrites, it's okay for someone else to say, I'm a black-owned business. They do this to themselves. Like, why are you continuing to stir this spot? Yes, books. I wanted to go right into that because you must be a mind reader. Literally, you must be a mind reader because I really wanted to go into this. So the white-owned business sells knowledge, and it sells proper English, and it sells belts to keep your pants up. It sells listen, that's what I mean. It's fucking absurd that people would actually put a race onto their business to segregate the others from coming into their business. It's just a horrible business tactic. Horrible. And I hope that businesses that deal in race fail. I want to see America succeed. I want to see each and every one of us succeed. But these race baiters and people that deal in race, I want your business to fail. So that when you redo your business, you just say, hey, I'm just a business owner for human beings. Come, human beings, and shop at my business. Unless, once again, you're dealing in fake hair, wave caps. There's things that are predominantly for certain ethnicities. Oh my goodness, he said Father's Day. Stop it, man. What are you trying to get me flagged here? The most confusing day in the hood, Father's Day. I'm sorry, man. These things are funny to me because sometimes the stereotypes and sometimes the jokes or whatever they make are real. I mean, are like legitimate. It's mind-blowing. Asians are really good at math, by the way. Like, literally, they are really good at math and they suck at driving. This isn't like made up. How many Asians are in NASCAR? I'm sorry. That's too funny. This dude here. Listen, we got to fix this. So let's do away with race, guys. Like I said, for a long time, I dealt in race myself because I felt out of place. I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. I mean, we might see my co-host in a second. Maybe not. Well, correct. The co-host would have to be on camera with you to be a co-host. So I should say the one of our effects and prop background key grip. Once again, we're going to get right back on topic here. If you deal in race, you're a racist. That's the simple way to cut it up. There's nothing wrong with talking about race. There's nothing wrong with bringing it up. Or if you find a real racist. Now, mind you, they have that right in America. You have the right to believe and express yourself. Freedom of speech, I love. Absolutely love freedom of speech. There's no such thing as hate speech. There can be people that have hate in their heart and they express it through their words. But once again, only weak-minded people let words control them. Not to say that words don't lead to action, because that's also true too. There's only so many words that can be used before you bring up emotion and evoke these feelings. So remember that. Words lead to action too. But you're not going to get no business by plastering that you're a black owned or white owned, or, well, you can't even do that. You can't even say you're a white owned business. You are absolutely right. And shout out to Stoner Dog. Stoner Dog's actually back at the tent because it was raining really bad today. We're still in the process of trying to get the rest of today's lunch together too. I got to pause for a moment and plug. I got to thank a bunch of people. Shauna, thank you. Jackie, thank you. Keith, thank you. Trey, thank you. Oh, I know I'm forgetting names here. Nick, thank you. Brittany, thank you. And Shauna, once again, thank you. We are in the process of still trying to get our dinner together. Today's our last day of being broke. ONERDOG 808, and that is Stoner Dog 808. So, anybody, if you would like to make a contribution, I did put the Cash App tag on there. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please hit that bell icon so every time we come on here and do one of these lives, you can join along with us. And we thank you for tuning in. This has been Cup of Joe with Poe, and our discussion today was on race. That if you constantly use race, then you are a racist by definition. There's no other way around it. So business owners, if you are, or you're thinking of opening a business, please, unless you're dealing with a certain demographic. For instance, here's another one. Let's say I opened up a small market convenience store, right? A small grocery store, really small. And all I had in my store was authentic Korean food. Just Korean. I mean, the stuff that's like, wow, can you eat this type food? Or some sort of really catered to type food. They're going to come in, that demographic, that nationality, that culture, whatever it may be, will come in to buy that food specifically because you can't get it nowhere else type thing. I'm catering to a certain niche market there. That's totally understandable. Well, thank you. And sir, I greatly appreciate it. That's awesome. There's other restreamers that come in and the comments help. Thank you once again. And don't be afraid to hit a little thumbs up on this. Hell, even share it if you feel like this is something that might enlighten some people you know, or touch the person in the right place to pull on them heartstrings and get up in someone's mind and wake them up, because we are what? Not woke. We are awake and coherent. We are living in the now. Once again, Jordan Peterson, please, if you have not looked into any of his philosophies or any of his teaching, please do. Vincent Peale, one of my favorites of all time. Even Joe Rogan, some of these podcasts, the Hodge twins. These are things that I watch in the morning. It's so different of an array of ideas and preaching a positive attitude and not getting wrapped up in race. If you have to wake up in the morning and put on some gab and outfit to go outside every day just to go along with other people, and it's just you're holding yourself back. You're literally being stale and stuck in one place. You need to be fresh. You need to get air. You need to see new things and new people and experience new cultures and just get out here in the world. And we are almost at 30 minutes, and that's our mark. Thank you. Yeah, that would never happen because we all know he brought that up. Thank you. Yeah, Tom's a coward. We already know that. Same with Adam. Did you see Adam Calhoun? They got him on camera saying nigga, like nigga, right? And they're not even doing nothing about it because they shouldn't. I honestly don't find fault in him saying that. I don't. Now, him saying some of the other stuff he said, now here's a reason for people to get mad. I'm not even going to repeat some of the other shit he said. White people use the word nigga a lot. Where I'm from, I'm called a real ass nigga. Most of the people I grew up around are black or mixed or something of that nature. I grew up in an area that would be predominantly black. I mean, I went to school and faced all kinds of adversities, and you know, being Caucasian from the South with an accent like this, with long hair and talking like this, and got on a public bus up in Ohio. Oh yeah, they had fun with me. I was a cracker, I was a honky, a peckerwood, you name the racist slurs, and to be physically beaten for being an opposite color. Now we're all friends, we're brothers. But for that little phase right there in the 90s, it was really hard for me. Very rough. That's what opened my eyes up. I'd never seen racism or experienced it as a child. My dad, his best friends were black. We listened to black music all growing up, my whole life. That's what, you know, my dad was like. My dad was white, but his culture would be black somehow. Like the way he moved through society, he didn't see race. He was a highly intelligent man. So he definitely knew right away. I mean, the man was uber smart. He knew right away, this is just bullshit. I'm not dealing in race. We're all humans. So remember that. We're all humans. You know, I'd like to chop it up a little bit more with you. If you don't follow me on Facebook, please click over there and check us out. And maybe we can have some more conversation in Messenger or something like that, or call or whatever. But thank you for tuning in. I have to get off here. We have some other things to attend to. We have more content for the day. And once again, this has been Cup of Joe with Poe, dealing with race baiting, ethnicity, all of that. Don't deal in race. Just be a human being. One love. What an amazing...